Hello, occupational therapy students. My name is Stephanie Shane. I am the founder of Pass the OT, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get every question right with 6 simple steps. So simply fill in the blanks or write it down on your whiteboard and remember the mnemonic. Read with diligence and patience before answering. So in step 1, we want to make sure we are reading the question carefully. We're not putting things into the question, and we really understand what the question's asking. So you can go slow and carefully at this time. So here's the question. A Cota is working with a 32-year-old male patient who recently sustained an injury to his left dominant upper limb, which resulted in him having to undergo a below elbow amputation of that limb. The focus of OT intervention is currently on tub shower transfers. The patient is, however, experiencing intense sensitivity and pain in that limb, and he does not want to wear a prosthesis to perform his ADLs. What should the Cota focus on next during the treatment session? So after we've read the question carefully, we want to see where are we in the OT process. So we know we are in the intervention stages since you're doing tub shower transfers. So after we know that, we want to think about the disease or diagnosis. So is the disease progressive, non-progressive, meaning are they going to get better or worse? So with a below elbow amputation of left non-dominant upper limb, we know it is a not progressive disease. It's not going to get worse. So that's a good thing to keep in mind when looking at this question. So in step 4, let's think about the patient's problem. So what is their performance or function, and what symptoms are they experiencing? So what is the patient's goal? So the patient has intense sensitivity and pain in the limb, and the patient does not want to wear a prosthesis to perform his ADLs. So now we know that, let's think about what the question's asking. So think about what's in caps or in bold or what comes right before the question mark. So it's really talking about what should the Cota focus on next during the session, the tub shower transfer. So now let's get to the answer choices. So A, train in protective sensory feedback using light touch with application of various textures from rough to soft. B, ACE wrapping in a circular pattern proximal to distal end of the limb for pain. C, training in compensatory techniques and use of adaptive equipment for self-care. And D, substitute vision to prevent contact with sharp objects. So now let's think about why we know A is incorrect. So A is incorrect because this is necessary for sensory retraining. However, gradual use of textures would be indicated in this scenario. And we also know B is incorrect because ACE wrapping should be performed diagonally, distal to proximal in a figure of 8 pattern. So circular pattern can cause restriction to circulation. So tapping and gentle massage would be one of many preferred protocols for pain management. D is also incorrect because this is a compensatory technique for decreased sensory feedback. So therefore, we know process of elimination that C is the correct answer. So training in compensatory techniques and use of adaptive equipment for self-care. Patient verbalized preference for continuing to perform ADLs without the use of prosthetics. Therefore, following the ethical principle of autonomy, the patient wishes will be respected, and the focus will be on client-centered adaptive and compensatory techniques that include the residual limb. Training will include use of the residual limb as a stabilizer by manual activities, training in adaptive equipment, and one-handed techniques. So I wanted to also let you guys know that our Pass OT program is set up holistically to keep you organized, to build your confidence, and assist you with studying smarter and being more prepared for the actual OT exam. If you have any questions, you can send me a chat message directly on the website, passot.com, and I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions and to set up a customized study plan for you. Have a great day and best of luck with your studying.